So today, Bud and I, we're going out here in this pasture to get the bulls out of the heifers. There's 3 of them in here. The other day, my wife and I went to the pasture across the highway, and we gathered up, I think there was 38 yearlings, these yearling heifers and 1 bull. And then we loaded them up in a trailer, took about 3 loads, and brought them into here, into this pasture where the rest of them are at. Back in the day, the 1900s, we used to just move stuff across the highway or down the highway, but this highway's gotten so busy now that it's just, it just could turn into a wreck, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. So little bunches like that I don't do that with. And they just redid this highway up here, and the stripes are really bright and stuff, and cows and horses don't like that. But yep, we're gonna go see if we can get these bulls and bring them back here into the corrals, and then I'll load them in a trailer and take them off where they're going to spend the rest of the fall. So if you want to come along, here we go. So there's 1 bull right there. There's a curious yearling heifer right there. But that bull right there, he's a Wagyu cross bull. But the corrals are just over the hill here. So I will go look for the other ones and just leave him be for now. And the other one's a shorthorn and the other one's a longhorn cross, so I don't see them right here in this little bunch, but I'll go look for them. Something interesting about Bud here is his mane has always done this split. This side's on the left, this side's on the right. And another thing about Bud, and I've noticed about other horses, is I never have to comb out his mane. His mane is always so nice. Same with his tail, and his feet are always really good. Then there's horses like that little black horse Dietz. His mane is always a mess, and I don't have to mess with his feet a whole lot, but it just seems like some horses you got to do that stuff with. But just an interesting observation as I'm riding along here. Well, there's the longhorn cross one right there. So now I just got to find the shorthorn one and start heading them towards the corrals. Probably have to put up a little fight, but we'll see. But here, the last several years, I've been using shorthorn bulls just because their disposition is so nice. And I've really noticed it in these yearlings the last couple of years. They were pretty easy to get gathered and load up in the trailer and bring over here. There was just one that kind of put up a fight. But those shorthorn bulls, those shorthorn bulls, that shorthorn cross, I like it because there's a lot of times you can cross Angus with some other breed and you'll end up with great big cows. But that shorthorn cross will keep them just the right size. But now I'm getting to where there's more and more red calves in the herd, and those calf buyers, they kind of like it more uniform, or they like them all black. So I'm gonna have just 1 shorthorn bull in the herd next year. And there's a shorthorn that I use here and with these heifers, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just trying to get them to raise a calf. I don't care what color it is or anything like that. But in the main bunch, I'm just going to go with all black again here soon. And I've found a couple of bull breeders that are got pretty good disposition in their bulls. That used to be it's still a thing that I worry about in Angus bulls, as they've gotten really bad disposition. And yeah, but I think I see the other bull way over there. Let's see here. That is something there, right there. Is that him laying there? I think so. So I might have to come back and get him after I get these other 2, because he's kind of out of the way. And something interesting that you can work on with a horse is, I think they call it just slinking through a herd. Like, I'm not in here to move these cows. And when I first rode up to these yearlings, that's kind of what Bud thought. So he kind of started angling towards them with kind of more of a, I don't know if I'd call it an aggressive stance or pace. But once he realizes that we're just going to kind of sneak through them because we're looking for a bull, he changes the way he walks, kind of walks through here nice and easy. And that's something I think you got to work on with a horse. You don't want him to come into the middle of them and get all ginned up and stir everything up when you're just looking for a bull and kind of want everything to hang out and be still. It's really handy when you got to come in and rope something. If I had to go over there and rope something, just to slink up there and not have him get worried until I start swinging my rope and miss 5 times. But yeah. Well, here's our longhorn boy. Longhorn Angus cross, I guess. His mom was a really tiny longhorn cow. She might have even been Horny. But the thing about these longhorn crosses, these bulls live a long time and they stay fertile forever. So they're nice if you can get them to have a decent disposition and not ever be too nasty to deal with. I got him kind of pointed the right way now. We'll see how he acts. I actually roped this guy when he was young. He wasn't, I don't think he was a yearling yet, and he dirty rope burned the shit out of my hand. I roped him and I dallied up and he jumped in the air and fell down, and then I undallied to get up a little closer and he jumped up so fast and took off and just burnt the shit out of my hand. I didn't even see it coming, so rookie mistake there by me. But he's headed the right way, right over towards that other bull too, so this might turn out to be an easier chore than I thought. So each of these bulls was with two little bunches of heifers, and they all came here to this water tank. And I've learned it's a lot easier just to let stuff get a drink before you start thinking with it. So I'll let them get a drink, and then we've just got to go down off this way, off of this hill, and the corrals are right down there. The bad thing about the corrals being right down there is it's on a downhill, and sometimes stuff runs down there and veers off one way or the other and gets out ahead of you, and it gets kind of western running down there to try to turn them or something. But we'll see how it goes. If they do miss the gate and go around the corner, it's uphill from there, so then you can get them stopped and shut down and turn back around and all like that. But we'll just see how it goes here. Now these two bulls decided they're going to come over here and throw some sand on themselves and rub around, so I'll let them do all that. And then if I could stick them on that fence line right behind them and just go down that way, I have them whooped. That goes right to the corrals. But this is another thing, it's easier just to let them get it done, itching and rubbing and throwing sand on themselves. So I'll just do that. It looks like that's a spot he's been quite a bit. It's kind of a deep hole he's made there. See if they're done. All right, I think he's done. Guess the longhorn decided he wasn't done yet, so oh, he's still going too. Alright, let's go, you big idiots. Well, that was really easy. I don't know, there must not be any of these yearlings in heat, because those two pretty much separated themselves, and I just pushed them a tiny bit, and they're on the fence line, and right down there's the corrals, so this might be really easy. Well, this yearling heifer thinks she wants to follow, so I'll spook her back over the hill real quick. There she went. I don't know if you could tell right there, but Bud just really turned on a dime. That was kind of cool. Now the problem I might have down here at the corrals is we kind of changed things around into this pen that they're going to go into, and the gate that goes from this pasture into the corral, the gates don't meet, so they could essentially just go out in here into the yard. I don't think that'd be a huge deal, but I better get down there and hopefully they go in the right way. There's two steers down there, so maybe they'll see them and just go down in there with them. We're going to hay barn, that's alright too for a second. Alright, so they went into the hay barn, so my plan is now I go in here in the corral and open a gate and stick these two in their own pen and then I'll bring that shorthorn bull down here. And I think the reason he's off by himself is these two have been whipping on him, so I don't want to stick him in the corral and have him fight more and get somebody crippled up. So trot in here, throw a gate open. When something goes in the barn like this, I usually send the dogs in there, but my wife took the Birdie into town with her, and then Rosie, the older dog, she's up at the house sleeping. So I just got 2 young dogs around here, and I don't know that they would like to go in there and go after those two. So see how it goes. I don't really want to get off and shut that panel because I'll just have to open it up again, but I might be regretting that here in a second. My gate is like this. You know, I can't side pass up to it because it's in a corner. It's kind of tricky, but if you can kind of teach your horse to bend in up to it and not get spooked when you're leaning clear over, it'll be all right. All right, well, that one, they're out of the barn. I better hurry. Don't go back up the hill. All right, it's okay so far. Just gotta get around them. This Wagyu bull is actually a pretty decent guy. Isn't too big of a pain in the ass. I just got to make sure they don't go to the left and go back out in the pasture they were in. I think if I can get the Wagyu to go, this guy will follow pretty easy. Hang right, buddy. There you go. I'll go get this guy. There we go. There he goes. Well, by golly, bud, I think we got him. I just got to go after that shorthorn. Well, Bud thought we were done because we were back at the corrals, and now he's kind of throwing a little fit having to go back up this hill, but we'll be done after one more, Bud. And I think he's easy. He's laying at the end of this fence line, and I think all the yearlings headed back over that way from the water hole, so there won't be anything to distract him. Hopefully it's just a straight shot. I'm coming down with something. I got a little bit of a sore throat and feel a tiny bit crummy, but I'll be all right. Well, I thought, hold up, bud. I thought he was laying right here in this corner, but now I see for some reason he got up and walked over there and laid down, so I hope he's all right. There's this guy. He hopped up easy enough. Let's see if he's feeling all right. He's kind of got his back left foot picked up a little bit. Can you move, buddy? He is a little sore. That leg's a little swollen. I don't think he's going to be breeding anything, so I might just leave him alone for a while. He probably got that fighting with these others. I bet that Wagyu bull probably came in here and fought with him when I put him in here, and he probably got a little owie back there, so I'll leave him be for now. He's not going to be able to breed anything, and he'll hopefully lay down and get to feeling better. So even if that bull, or a little horny toad, them little guys, buddy, zoom in on him here. Where is he? He's right in here somewhere. Right there he is. Anyway, what I was saying before I was distracted there, even if that bull does get better and he breeds some stuff and it's bred later than I'd like it to be, you know, the vet can kind of tell that stuff and I can sort it out, and I'm betting a bred heifer is going to go for more than a dry heifer, so it's no big deal. But yeah, I'll just leave him for now and keep an eye on him and check on him, and I'm sure he'll get better. It doesn't look too bad. Here's one of kind of the interesting things around here is there's these sand blowouts with these big huge sandstones like this all over, and you get these ones that are pretty circular. There's some that are, you know, like this one is a sphere shaped like a big bowling ball. There's another sand blowout off over that way where you can find hundreds of those things, all different sizes, but all sphere shaped. And I just always kind of wondered what caused all this. Because here's some more right here. They're just scattered out all over around here. Pretty interesting. So here's another one of these big sand blowouts with these big rock formations all over. This one's pretty cool. There's a little spot back in here. It's kind of protected from the wind and stuff, and looks like the cows have come and rubbed on my fire pit, but Bud's not too sure about that fire pit. But come back in here, I got a little bit of wood there, and you could sit here and maybe barbecue something and kind of be protected out of the wind. I probably can't do it now because of how dry it is, but maybe if we get some heavy rains or some snow here soon and it wets the grass back up, and come back here and have a little party or something, a little barbecue. And there's also some foxes that live back in here. Usually when you ride down in here, you can see one come running across here somewhere, but it goes on off over that way, another couple hundred yards, and that way over that hill. So, but I always wondered what made these big old rocks like this. Well, headed back to the corrals, and it looks like that Wagyu bull got out somehow, so to take him back. I don't know if the longhorn got out too, but try her again, I guess. Well, he cut back out easy enough, but I kind of forgot that this guy's good at jumping fences and stuff, so better just get him home and put him in a trailer and figure out where I'm going to take him. Well, I got him back in, and then I'm trying to shut these panels, and that stupid red steer kept trying to come out, so I parked Bud there in the way and hoping he would stay and watch him, but I guess he thought that was boring. But I got it almost shut anyway. So this here's what actually happened. So I'm gonna have to do a little welding here. They must have rubbed up against this, and this was probably welded on here in the 60s or something. So then I'd left that open because I was gonna bring that shorthorn bull in, but everything is as it should be, so we're good to go. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna haul them to. Well, if you watched the whole video, thanks for coming along. Probably not going to video me loading them in a trailer and dumping them out. That's probably too boring to watch, but Bud worked real good today. Went pretty slick, so